Welcome back to the Blue Wave Talk Show with your host, Dwayne Bluestein, Miss Colette, and Lene Javette.
Ow. Sorry.
Oh, there she is,
sorry,
blowing
I don't know
again.
what that was.
Listen, if you saw us on Tuesday, you will see that this is our singing sensation, Miss Colette.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them a little bit about yourself, kind of give them your background, your business background, and a little understanding, because this segment is called Moguls in Training.
Yes.
And we are always looking for new moguls that can go out and produce or create or develop talents that we want to showcase on the show. So here's your 30 seconds of fame. Ready, set, go.
Well, I'm a native of South Carolina, first of all, and grew up in a very hardworking Southern family. So when it comes to business and entrepreneurship, you know, my grandparents were a seamstress and a tailor. They had the neighborhood dry cleaners. My mother owned daycare centers. It's in my blood to be an entrepreneur. So right now, through my music, I'm an entrepreneur in the sense that I release it all independently. Mm-hmm. And then I also do kind of some, freelance things to help other people out with marketing and promotions, because I got really good at it and marketing myself, So my mindset is that, the younger you start, the better, I think, because and if you have children, the earlier you get them started thinking about business and seeing themselves as able to be moguls, like you said, moguls in training, the better, the farther that you'll go. And I'm just very like guerrilla tactics with mine.
Yeah.
I barter services. You work on my website, I'll sing at your event, that kind of a thing. I'm all about it, because I think, we have to work together to move on.
Well, you need to know this young lady right here, because okay, I'll let her go. Go ahead. Go ahead, mogul.
Because she does a lot of stuff. I do a lot of stuff.
She does a lot of stuff. She's in the valley. She's very, very strong with, just being in that network. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about in this mogul and training segment is network in a social form of legal cheating.
Huh. Oh, I'm sorry.
And let me break it down a little bit. We tend to gravitate to people that we're like, and we enjoy being in that circle. But we usually date people that aren't in that circle, for that compatibility. Do you feel that it's easier to date somebody that's in your circle because it's at the binding moment? Because you go home and you could be talking about what you love to do all the time. And that's where cheating kind of comes into play, because you are so comfortable with these individuals because they're so like-minded that's why people go out and network and socialize, because they want to be around people that they like. So what do you feel about that? I'm looking at you.
Oh. I've actually asked myself that question a couple of times, because I am single. I always wonder, is it okay to be in a relationship and do networking at the same time? Because I take dinner meetings, I take lunch meetings, and they're not always with females. I think if you have a respect for your partner, then you can do these things. At the same time, I think if you're in the same hustler grind and or kind of like you said, the same network or the same business, then it does make it helpful, because you're going to the same networking meetings, you're going to the same networking functions. If your partner stays home and they're not a go-getter and you are, it can probably lead to, I don't want to say cheating, but your eye might start wandering for sure. Your eye, you might get that wandering eye. Because aggression, passion, hard work etiquette, that is sexy. It's sexy to me.
Well, so people always get upset about talking, can you mix business with pleasure? And everybody goes, let me tell you, you're a singer, entertainer. If your manager, partner, wherever was in that business, and y'all were together and y'all was grinding it because you had that same focus, what's the problem?
I think it comes down to the individuals.
Okay.
But to me, it's really ideal when it's a family business. You know?
Absolutely.
Because
absolutely.
There's that trust factor that comes in there. Because when you're talking about any business, but in entertainment, in my experience,
you
there's
got
a lot of
back.
money that changes hands when you're not around, and you got to be able to trust that person to have your back when you're not, in the building as far as a manager. So ideally, I do want my partner and I to be doing the business, working, building our company, our brand together. But you got to know your relationship. I always like to say every relationship is its own little culture. Absolutely. And you got to know if your person can handle that. Because you can't always, sometimes you have to take off the relationship hat and put on that business hat.
Yes.
Okay?
Right.
It's not always pillow talk.
Right.
So you got to be able to be very, very honest and even critical toward one another. But from a place of love and respect. But so if your person can't handle that, then you got to be able to still, maybe have that relationship and maintain the business. But ideally, you should be able to rock all of that out.
Yeah.
I think that as far as the networking, legal cheating, in the entertainment business, when you brought it up, that's why I went, because in my experience, some crazy things can happen.
Absolutely.
I've literally had a producer say to me, I'll work on the track with you, but you got to text me pictures of your feet.
Feet.
I'm over it.
So good. I mean, it's a
conversation is done.
You got a foot fetish, dog. You don't have to do that. But I get it.
Come on, crazy things.
But there are individuals out there that fall for that because they want to get into the business world. So everybody, it's hard because in the entertainment world that we're in, business as far as events and being out in the public, everybody loves our business, but doesn't realize how much work it is to do our business. Our business is not one that people just walk up and say, here's a check, because there's no tangible item. We have to go out there and create the brand for people to go, oh yeah, I need to be around y'all because you have something. As I say that, I'm going to throw this out to you again to throw another riff. Okay. You ready?
I'm scared.
Orange Moon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, see, I did my homework.
I see. Little background checking on your girl.
What you got?
Oh man, you know what? I did a remix of the classic Erykah Badu, Orange Moon.
Yes.
And I actually produced that track.
It was nice.
I made the beat, like they say, like Kanye says. So, I'm an orange moon. I'm brighter than before. Brighter than ever before. I'm an orange moon. All right, I'm not going to take up the whole segment.
There we go. So, again.
CollectMusic.com, y'all.
I want to be orange.
Listen, so when I was going through your tracks and kind of checking it out, and I saw how you really reach the public and reach out and really have that energy level, which is wonderful to me.
Thank you.
Because we are now this one has so much energy that it brings my game up that much more. Yeah. So when I see others that have that same energy in the business that want to be moguls, one of the things that we kind of run into is, where is the line stop from business to, let me take off the business hat and become just a normal person? When does that happen? See, for me, I have a problem with it because I don't know how to turn it off. So, do you know how to turn it off? Or when is that time? When is the shutdown time where we don't know Colette, we just know the homie chilling, hanging out?
It's hard. It's really hard to turn it off because when you're an independent business person, especially any mogul in training, but especially when you're independent like us, it's really hard to turn it off because you see every moment as an opportunity.
Absolutely.
Every moment, every place that you go, every person that you meet. And it's funny because there's a fine line, I think, too. Some people see it as being opportunistic, and I don't agree with that. I think it's seeing, like I said, the opportunity that lies in a moment and being open. And so, for me, it's hard to turn off. I'm always kind of on, but then the good thing about it is that's naturally how I am.
Right.
I'm always on and looking to connect. Potentially, on a humanity level, and if that becomes a business level, then fine, But it's really hard. I think I've learned over time that you have to, though, just for like personal stress and balance and sanity, reasons. And what I've learned over time is that I have to kind of, make sure that I have a space in whether it's in my alone time or my creating time when I'm making music, writing songs and things, where I just make sure that I'm just free of outside sort of interference. I think for one thing, I lived in New York for 5 years, and now I've moved to the West Coast. And I think being out here has helped me a lot in that regard, because in New York it's like constant,
so
stuff,
yeah.
go. Go to this, let's network here, let's catch this show, hit this stage. Oh, that was Kelly Price. I want to meet you, girl. Like, it's just crazy. So out here it's like wide open space and mountains, and I'm just outside and getting to take more in and make sure that I'm able to cut that off. So
now it's slower here.
It's slower.
It's slower here. I mean, but the grind is still here, and there are people here that can really open up a lot of doors for you. I mean, absolutely. On the Blue Wave Talk Show, please subscribe. We really enjoy bringing on young, new individuals to the show. I mean, when I'm working with Lene, or if I'm working with some of the great promoters and event people that are out here, we really want to say, hey, welcome to Phoenix, Arizona. Hey, you're on the Blue Wave Talk Show with your host, Dwayne Bluestyle, Miss Colette. And Miss Lene Javette on Moguls in Training. We'll be back tomorrow.
Peace.
Cut. Damn, that